Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Ludwigspark Stadion here in Saarland as Saarbrücken take on Arminia Bielefeld here on match day 9 in the German Dritte Liga. This is the third tier of German football. Saarbrücken, of course, wowed everyone with their run to the semi-finals of the German Cup last season, eventually losing out to arch rivals Kaiserslautern of the Bundesliga 2. In the semi-final. No such heroics this year from Rüdiger Seil's side. Lost on penalties to Nuremberg in the first round of the Cup back in August. And here's the side chosen for today's game. 3 changes from the side, thrashed 4-1 at Energie Cottbus last week. Benniafero in for the first time this season after his recovery from a ruptured tendon in a back 4. Elijah Kran comes in for Kasim Rabahic in midfield. And Amin Naifi has his third start of the season with Sebastian Vasiliadis out with a knee problem. Here then the Bielefeld side, no changes for Mitch Niat. From the side that won 2-1 at home to his former side Verl on Sunday, thus ending a 2-game losing streak. No place for Mael Korbosch, the Bielefeld captain, failed a late fitness check for this one. Noah Sarenbaze though is back in action, although only adjudged to be fit enough to start on the bench. Well, this game last season ended in a 1-1 draw. Niklas Schipnowski giving Bielefeld a 63rd minute lead. Simon Steiler with a 94th minute equaliser for Saarbrücken. That after earlier in the season in Bielefeld between these two sides. Bielefeld taking a 41st minute lead through Fabian Klos and somehow going on to lose that game by 6-2. Saarbrücken and Bielefeld have made solid starts to their season, although Saarbrücken struggling at home so far this campaign. Just 1 win and 1 draw and 2 losses here so far this season. They had won all their away matches though, up until that drubbing at the hands of Energie Cottbus, who've been frankly sweeping all before them in the last few weeks. 13 goals in their previous 3 matches before their game against Hanover today. And somehow that game ending 0-0. So our referee for today, Jarno Weinefeld, with Florian Putter and Marvin Tennis running the lines. Sebastian Hilsberg in charge of the technical areas. So Rüdiger Seil will be desperate, I think, to get another home win under his belt. Saarbrücken lost their opening 2 home games here against Sandhausen and Ingolstadt. Then managed to draw against Unterhaching and then finally a win at the 4th time of asking 2 weeks ago against Victoria Cologne. Or rather a week and a half ago. That was the midweek game in the English Fokker. Well, as ever, a very tidy crowd here at the Ludwigspark Stadion. As the Bielefeld players go over to pay respect to their travelling fans. Not too far to travel really between these two, about 400 kilometres. Just a few hours drive down to the south for the Bielefeld fans today. Well, Saarbrücken to get us underway. Kai Brunke poised to take the kick-off here. underway then at the Ludwigspark Stadion. And immediately, Saarbrücken go long. Safely headed away, picked up by Calogero. Rizzuto nods that one in towards Brunker, now picked up by Naifi. Being forced wide though by Christopher Lannert. Well, nice trick in the end though, eventually does get the cross into the near post. Sets up there for the shot on the edge of the area. Patrick Sontheimer though, finding that shot blocked. Scored a belter against Bayern Munich in the cup last season. Sontheimer doesn't get on the score sheet very often though. Neudecker prepares to take the throw. Good delivery there in the header and well clawed away by Jonas Kersken. Good delivery, good downward header, even better save. Well, they've been improved at the back this season, Bielefeld. That was a good header though. Brunker it was, fighting off two defenders there. Neudecker all the way back to Philipp Menzel, the captain. Sontheimer heads the ball forward. Wrapped up though by Größe. And all the way back to Kersken. Louis Oppi. A bit of space over there for Lannert on the right flank. That's not the best of passes though, back to Größe. Rousseau pinging the ball long from midfield, looking for the diagonal run. Well, that's well defended by Rizzuto. Managed to get through the first 8 games this season without a sending off, after being sent off no less than 3 times last season. Calogero Rizzuto has been booked 4 times already though, so another booking and he'll be suspended for a game. Stefano Russo winds up for the long throw on this left-hand side. Goes along to the near post, flicked on by a Saarbrücken head, hacked away by Brunker. Stahler wins that in the air. Clash of heads though. Looks like Stahler is going to be fine. I think that's Christopher Lannert. It's just taken a knock there on the left-hand side of the cranium. Hopefully he'll be okay to carry on. Just a bump, nothing worse than that. So drop ball given to Bielefeld. Rousseau to Felix. Back across to Größe. Now the long ball looking for the run down the channel. Just a little bit too much on it and Kunz unable just to get on the end of that one. Michniak did say his team was struggling for balance in midfield without Mael Korbosch in there last week against Verl. Be interesting to see if they've been able to work on that during the week. And the foul goes against Bielefeld. Ball pinged long. Brunker fighting for it, manages to win a throw. Oh, winding up for the long throw into the edge of the area, decides against it though. Ifero back out wide. Oh, good battling over on that far side, but then two Saarbrücken players getting in each other's way. And eventually contriving to lose the ball. There's a Bielefeld man down there. Kunze. Looks like he'll be lining up on the right-hand side of that midfield trio today. Ball pumped long, but easily defended. Kunze wins that one in the air. Kanya unable to follow suit. Now Neudecker picks up the ball on the midfield. Naifi runs away, but their play brought back for the foul. I mean, Naifi a little upset there. Thought he managed to get round the outside of Christopher Lannert on that Saarbrücken left flank. And Neudecker again with the free kick. 6 blue shirts to aim at. Kersken comes a long way off his line and claims that one confidently. Not always the case with Jonas Kersken. Certainly last season, the game in Bielefeld against Saarbrücken, both Kersken and the defence had we'll call it a collective nightmare. I mean, Saarbrücken, yes, they were the better side. Should the game have finished 6-2? Probably not. With some, there was certainly some what we would call incompetent defending at times. There's Louis Oppi penalised for his challenge there on Stahler. Looks like Naifi's lining up on the left-hand side, normally seen on the right, but then Simon Stahler also tends to be at his best on the right-hand side of that attacking trio. Neudecker and Rizzuto standing over this one. Again, 6 blue shirts in the line, 2 more hanging a little bit deeper. Ball goes long into the area. First ball headed away, then the shot comes in. Well, Louis Oppi with the block. The ball's gone out for a corner. Calls for a penalty. Ignored by the referee. And Rizzuto with the ball in, headed down here. The flick from Kran. That's come off a couple of players there, I think. Again, Bielefeld not really dealing with set piece very well. Another one incoming here. Again, goes to the back post. That's well taken by Kersken. Thought about the quick one, decided against it in the end. Instead goes short to Joel Felix, the Danish centre-back. Oh, and, well, playing with fire at the back there. Patrick Sontheimer coming in, making the challenge. Nearly getting on the end of this ball. But we've seen that with Bielefeld a lot last season as well. Playing with fire at the back, and there's always a mistake in them. The number of goals they gave away last season from precisely those sort of positions was, well, could call it unnecessary. They've managed to get down the other end and win their first corner of the game now in the 11th minute, Arminia Bielefeld. Stefano Russo to take this. Six white shirts in the area. Louis Oppi hanging just outside as well with his left foot. Poised. The ball comes in, headed away by Yefero. Rudy Gazal very happy to have Yefero back in the side for this game, knowing that Bielefeld are strong in the air. Said he would need some of Yefero's prowess in the air for this one. Especially with Dominic Becker out for a shoulder operation, hoping to come back pretty soon after the upcoming international break. Russo prepares to take the corner. He's got Isaiah Young with him there. Goes long though to the near post, headed away. And then Oppi all the way back to Kersken. Kersken pings it long. Bichel heads that one out for a Bielefeld throw. Russo to consider the long delivery. Not getting much of a run up here by the looks of it. Gets that into the near post, but headed behind for a corner by Yefero. A little bit cross with himself there, the centre-back. So Russo with the corner, hanging delivery, the header from Felix, but it's just a little bit high and wide. Well, there was a high hanging ball into the box there. Now then, that wasn't spotted, was it? From Bone Yefero, very lucky to get away with that one. Difficult to see in a melee of bodies there in the box, but the slow motion replay showing a clear handball as Isaiah Young gets the ball to Kanya. Kanya can't find room for the shot. Still looking to tee himself up. Kanya, and the ball deflects and into the hands of Philip Menzel. Goal kick goes long, nice flick on from Stahler. Good run this from Brunker, still Kai Brunker. And he's just hit that a little bit heavy, left his foot in as well on the goalkeeper. Just caught the toe, I think, of Jonas Kersken. Oh, nice little nutmeg there. A particularly harsh foul given against him. You see him sliding through. His trailing boot just catches the toe. Merest of contacts. Sontheimer nearly dispossessed. Yefero, though, moving quickly. The ball bobbling a bit there on its way to the goalkeeper. That's been rather shanked up the pitch. Got away with it, though. Sontheimer, again, nearly dispossessed, and that's a very good interception from Oppi. Neudecker about to take the throw quickly, decides against it. Oppi was quickly back into position there. Just for a moment, Szymon Stahler might have been able to get away with a quick throw. Yefero, nice ball into midfield. Trickery from Naifi, gets past Lannert, does Naifi, goes down to the byline. Couldn't get the cross away quickly enough. Great wheels though there from Arminia Bielefeld, the French winger. Clearly getting the better of Christopher Lannert. Left trailing in his wake, just didn't seem to fancy the cross on the left foot. Neudecker does have a left foot. Hangs a good corner in there again, this time headed away. Shot comes in and it's driven just wide. From Calogero Rizzuto. Just a couple of goals last season, hasn't found the net yet this campaign, although he was playing a bit further forward last year. Generally on the right-hand side of midfield. He's dropped deeper into a right-back spot this campaign, Rizzuto. Oh, rather weak clearance from Kersken. Gets away with it though, the ball being headed to a white shirt as Verl picks up the ball in midfield, chips a nice pass out to Lannert on the right-hand side. No foul there, says the referee. Just a tangle between Young and Till Schumacher. Bit of a tangle between the two. There is Mitch Niat. Kran keeps the ball in play, comes over halfway. The ball infield though, rather telegraphed. And now a chance for Bielefeld. Full heads the ball onto Kanya. Kanya turns. So here's Kanya now. Couldn't quite get on the end of that ball from Schreurs. Kanya started last week, his first start of the season, grabbed his first goal as well after his move from Nuremberg, where he was playing in the reserve side in the 4th tier last season with 24 goals in 31 games. Mitch Niat will be hoping he brings even half of that form to Bielefeld. Good work there on the left-hand side. Now the ball spread over to this near side to Rizzuto. A couple of players struggling for traction on the pitch. And has that ball been kept in play? No, it hasn't. It was nearly a very good through ball from Marius Verl. Having another look at the Ufero handball, and certainly if that had been spotted by the referee, that must have been a penalty. Not in a natural position by any stretch of the imagination. Strangely though, none of the Bielefeld players seem to claim that one either. Naifi this time does try the cross on the left foot, rather scuffed it, but it's worked well for Saarbrücken. Stahler back out to Naifi, and now he puts it onto his right foot into the near post, sort of half scrambled away by Grösser. Saarbrücken though win the ball back again. Naifi out to Sontheimer on that left-hand side. He chips one into the back post and it's just onto the roof of the net. Well, Bielefeld looking a little uncertain at the back today, having real problems down that right flank of theirs. Arminia Bielefeld. And on that occasion, Patrick Sontheimer finding it quite easy to get around Christopher Lannert. They do have Leon Schneider, who could come on. More of a centre-back, though, really, than a full-back. He can play it, or has played at right-back at least. Here's Lannert now. He's got to try and figure something out here against Naifi. Bielefeld coming forwards this time though. Ball doesn't quite come through to Kanya. Here is Lannert in a more forward role. BeReal. Rousseau. Rather promising positions, ended up with the ball back with the centre-backs again here for Bielefeld. Mitch Niat, I think, would prefer them to be moving the ball a little bit quicker than this. A bit slow and laboured at the moment, all the way back with the keeper now, and he's under pressure. Now Kerskin again. Out to Felix. Rousseau, or BeReal rather, bringing the ball forward. Now Rousseau again, spreads the ball out to Lannert on the right-hand side. Well, first real period of sustained possession for Bielefeld. It is, though, really just between the back four and Stefano Rousseau, the defensive midfielder. Very few other players getting a touch here. Felix now brings the ball over halfway. Goes for the crossfield ball towards Young, who does manage to get that in there. It's just wide. Wow, what a goal that would have been. Ball floats over. Woo. It was almost a repeat of the goal that the Dutch scored against Russia in the final of the European Championships back in 1988. That was here in Germany. It's the same as that, except volleyed into the top corner. Well, Schreurs unable to find a teammate. BeReal battling for the ball there against Krahn. Eventually just has to put the ball out. The Bielefeld putting Saarbrücken under some pressure finally here, midway through the first half. Rousseau to Oppi, back with Rousseau again. Oppi in a bit of space here to pull out a cross, and the offside flag goes up against Louis Oppi. Sloppy from Oppi there. Looking straight across the line. He should have been able to tell if he was offside or not. Nice play from Schreurs, now going for the diagonal ball again, looking for Young, picked up by Kanya. Puts that out to Christopher Lannert. Lannert can't get the cross in. Maybe he should have gone for that first time. That will be a Bielefeld throw right down by the corner flag. The last 5 minutes or so, Bielefeld have really monopolised possession. Lannert. Back to Rousseau. Ball eventually comes in, headed away at the near post by Bichel. BeReal picks up the ball just inside his own half. Looking for Young, heads the ball back inside towards Kanya, picked up though by Krahn instead, who hooks the ball away. And a slight mistiming of the jump, shall we say, from Joel Felix. All over the back of Kai Brunke. Well, Felix came in just as Brunke came backwards a little bit, so made to look worse than it really was. It was slightly mistimed though. Huge amount of strapping on that left forearm. Joel Felix. Hope he doesn't clothesline anyone with that. Patrick Sontheimer takes the free kick short. Ball driven long, but a bit of a waste really. Straight to the feet of Kersken. Lannet under pressure from Naifi. Does well to get the ball out of there actually. Young drops the ball off for Vaux. And there's a runner down that right-hand side, Christopher Lannet. Getting just beyond Ufero for a moment with his first time attempted cross. Coming off the centre-back and out for a throw. I'll say it has been interesting to see how Saarbrücken have been playing this season. Started off with a back four, then to a back three, then to a back four again. As the throw comes in, not really dealt with, half hooked clear. Eventually. Naifi's gone down and is staying down there, being ignored by the referee. The ball comes into the back post, headed away. Only as far as Marius Full, who is happy to let that go out for a throw. So, going to be aiming at that knot of players at the near post, just on the edge of the 6-yard box. He hasn't got hold of that one at all. Chested down by Kanya. Does well to get the ball back to Russo. Now the cross comes in. Young just mistimed his jump. Oppie now. Gets away with an uncertain clearance, deflecting off of Stahler. So sitting very deep here for Bielefeld. Saarbrücken under pressure here. Stahler forced to go back to his goalkeeper. Now it's out to Ufero on this near side. Real Rizzuto. Chipped over the top, but too much on it for Stahler. Half an hour into this game, there have been chances at both ends. We've had a possible penalty shout declined by the referee, who I think obviously just couldn't see the contact with Ufero's arm. So he was in the middle of a group of 4 or 5 players there. Very difficult to see what's going on. So now to Vaux. A lot of quite negative passing coming here from Bielefeld. Every time they get the ball, they just seem to be, in a lot of their time, moving backwards here. They were on halfway, now the keeper's under pressure in his own 6-yard box and just slices it out to play. Rüdiger Gazal trying to keep the ball moving quicker. Jonas Kersken not happy with his defenders. Stahler with the throw, a good long one as well, just a little bit over the top of Kai Brunke. Diagonal ball for Stahler, brings it down nicely, not under much pressure either, the 22. Eventually the challenge comes in. Vol puts the ball out for a Saarbrücken throw. Stahler just wants to wipe that one down a bit. Another good long throw to the edge of the area. Stahler this time with the pass into the box, just slightly wide of Brunke. Ball immediately pinged in again, but rather pointlessly and straight into the hands of Kersken. Long ball forward. Kanya unable to compete for that in the air. Oh, and that Sontheimer stealing the ball from Vol. Naifi cuts inside, outside of his boot now to Kran. Kran goes past Oppi, and that's going to be the first booking of the game, surely. And it is. Oppi just looked like he slipped there. There's the slip, and then he just decides, well, I'm going to take you down. A dangerous free kick now for Saarbrücken. Oppi, not the first player we've seen struggle to keep his feet on this slick surface here in the Ludwigspark Stadion. With Neudecker and Rizzuto over this. Neudecker puts the ball into the back post and in a cross goal, and cleared off the line, and eventually behind for a corner by Oppi. Teasing delivery into the back post, headed back across goal by, I think, Stahler. And Felix gets a touch there, and then Oppi completes the clearance. The keeper, well, an innocent bystander there. Corner this time to the near post, headed away by Oppi. Young tries to find a teammate, but his pass was a slack one. Well, that ball's going to come down with snow on it, pretty much. Headed on by Vol, though, to Young, who's now on this near side. Does well to win the ball there. Kanya now. And there's space over on that right-hand side. Christopher Lanner bursting forwards, has the shot as well. What? A diving stop there from the defender, taking it straight in the face. And immediately the referee asking the medics to come over. Can't be too careful with head injuries. Christopher Lanner has absolutely cracked that, and I think it's Patrick Sontheimer that's gone down, putting his body on the line there, the defensive midfielder. Well, fortunately, looks like Sontheimer's going to be okay. I don't think they're really worried about head assessment here. I think he's taken that one straight on the nose. That was the issue. Judging from where he's wiping his face anyway. Bielefeld get the ball back. Chipped in for Kunze. Slack touch though allows Bickel to get across and just shepherd the ball out of play. The 22-year-old Swiss defender gets a high five from his goalkeeper as well. Sontheimer, good to see, back on the pitch. Even game so far. Saarbrücken with less of the ball, but looking more dangerous with it. Lannert this time gets the better of Naifi for, it feels like, the first time in the game, and a good clearance too. Out to Kanya, who can't quite take the ball past Bickel. Now Sontheimer. Nice ball through for Stahler. You've got a Saarbrücken player down in the box. I think that's Neudecker over there. As Rizzuto thinks about the cross. Eventually does put the ball in there, and that's pretty much where Neudecker would have been. And now Bielefeld come forwards. Well, if Saarbrücken can ignore the fallen player, so can they. 5 players up in this attack. And then the foul. Just shoving Schumacher to the ground. Neudecker stays down, holding his left knee. The 27-year-old hobbling to his feet. I'm sure those were very kind and encouraging words from the Bielefeld goalkeeper. And he's just caught that on the knee as Lannert's cleared the ball there. No question of any foul. Just one of those things that can happen. Looks like Neudecker's going to try and grin and bear it, at least for the rest of the first half anyway. Maybe let the medical team have a look at half-time. Kept in play by Schumacher. No foul, and in fact no, the referee does eventually blow for the foul on Neudecker. Still hobbling around there. And it's on his left foot as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes with the free kick delivery here. Gafero has a bit of a chat with the referee. The man with the captain armband, the only person supposedly to talk to the ref. Puff of the cheeks from Neudecker. Good delivery in and missed by everyone, including Stahler. We've got another Saarbrücken player down on the edge of the area. Gafero, the man that's gone down, I think he's caught a trailing arm somewhere. Bit of a discussion between the players. But Gafero trots back into position. Kersken goes long with the goal kick, or the free kick rather. Picked up by Oppi in midfield. Full will keep hold of that. Into space now for Grosser, who gets his head down, brings the ball over halfway, chased by Neudecker, and then just a little bit too much on the pass. And Kunze unable to get on the end of that one. Ball well run by Lannert, who seems to be getting a bit more of a handle, and I mean, Naifi as the first half has gone on. But that ball was well played. Kunze losing possession, eventually conceding the throw. Kraan does well in midfield. Kraan leaves two white shirts behind him. Kraan advancing. 5 men up in this attack. Make that 6 in fact, and then Naifi simply oversteps the ball and it rolls out of play harmlessly. Just took his eye off the ball, missed control. In a promising position. Is squandered. The ball well won there, and now 6 men up in this attack for Bielefeld. Oppi. Back to Russo. Russo faced with Sontheimer, goes back to Felix. Kunze dropping deep. Lannert goes backwards. Bit too much of that really from Bielefeld in this first half. A lot of sideways and backwards passing. Keeping the possession for long periods of time, but often just playing themselves into a pressure situation. Lannert tries to spread play now for Kunze down that right-hand side, who, well, prevents the ball going out for a goal kick, but Saarbrücken will get a corner by their own corner, a throw-in rather, by their own corner flag. Coming forwards again here, strong defending though, not for the first time from Joel Bickel. Schreurs trying to battle his way through. No way through that. Goal kick taken short. Now Rizzuto comes into space on this right-hand side, bumps away from Vol. Vol battles back, but it's still Rizzuto, and he gets the cross in eventually, but cleared at the near post. Spare ball picked up by Neudecker. Can't get the pass away, Neudecker. Oppi goes long towards Schreurs. Well, that's really well won by Kanya. Kanya on to Vol. Kraan goes down on his own. Still Vol, and he can't pick out the man in the middle. Kanya, 3-4 white shirts to aim at there, and he's missed it. And now the counter-attack is on here. Naifi comes into the area, and that's a really good save from Kersken from Kai Brunker. And the offside flag has gone up anyway against the number 9. Brunker just sneaking offside there. Grosser just checked his stride at the vital moment. Flicked on, cleared by Yefero. Russo gets his head on it. Vol helps the ball on. Cleared by Rizzuto. Oppi beats Stahler in the air, but a free kick goes Saarbrücken's way as we hit the end of the opening 45 here. And just 1 minute of time added on at the end of this first half. Rizzuto with Neudecker standing over this one. 6 blue shirts in the line. Rizzuto goes to the back post, aiming for Brunker. The header picked up by Kunze. Then Brunker does get a chance to put the cross in. Yafero battles for the ball on the edge of the area, gives away the foul. Christopher Lannett, the man going to ground. It's going to be pretty much it, I think, for a goalless first half. There have been chances at both ends. Saarbrücken with the better of the chances in that first half. Kai Brunker with a header from a corner, which was brilliantly clawed away by Jonas Kersken up at the other end. Well, Arminia Bielefeld with plenty of the ball, not really doing a whole lot with it. They haven't been able to bring Julian Kanya and Isaiah Young into the game, really. Work to be done in the second half for the visitors. But here at the Ludwigspark Stadion at half-time, it's Saarbrücken 0, Arminia Bielefeld 0. Welcome back then to the Ludwigspark Stadion here in Saarland. And Saarbrücken take on Arminia Bielefeld here on match day 9 of the German Dritte Liga. 0-0 at the break here. The best chance of the game falling to Kai Brunke from a corner. His downward header smartly saved by Jonas Kirsken. Bielefeld unlucky not to win a penalty up at the other end after a handball from Bernard Yefero, who's back in the starting lineup for the first time this season. That after having some problems over the summer with a ruptured tendon. Just waiting for the Bielefeld players to come back out. Plenty of the ball in that first half, but far too much sideways and backwards passing, which in itself is not bad, but it's when players are picking up the ball in acres of space, facing back, and they're not even bothering to turn, just pinging the ball off backwards again rather than trying to find a way of turning and doing something positive with the ball. Now that looked like Noah Sarenrenbaze, who himself has been coming back from cruciate ligament injuries. Looks like he might be about to get a run out here in the second half. They have to change something here to Bielefeld. So keeping plenty of the ball, just not really producing anything in the final third. Probably the most spectacular action was an absolute rocket of a shot from Christopher Lanner on the counter-attack, which Patrick Sontheimer dived head first to save, well, with his face. So the players are back out for Bielefeld. I'll be going to see a change. Christopher Lanner had a rather ropey opening 20 minutes with Amin Naifi cutting him to shreds time and time again on the Bielefeld right. He did seem to get a handle on that though. As the half wore on, and Naifi became slightly less effective. So back underway, Kirsken clears the ball long. The header comes off the back. The Bielefeld head picked up by Naifi. Brunke throws himself into the challenge there to try and win the throw. Instead going Bielefeld's way. It's Grosse hits the ball back to Kirsken, and dangerously chips the ball back over Brunke. Trying to play the way out from the back again, Bielefeld. Eventually clearing the ball long towards Young. Didn't win the header, but does get the throw. Kunze, crossfield ball for Oppi, over on that left flank. Now Vaughan, back to Oppi, and back to Felix. So no changes. It looked like Sarenrenbaze was about to come on. The way he was warming up, maybe he's planned to be a change early in this second half. Mitch Nia already thinking about his substitute strategy. Yeah, Bielefeld keeping the ball, just not doing much with it at the moment. Now Young, dropping deep. Cuts inside. Naifi. It is better. Now Lanner. Feeds the ball on for Vaughan, but too much on it. And that just goes out for a goal kick. Right idea. Wrong execution. Well, Saarbrücken got a nice looking at least at a set of games coming up after this one. Away to Stuttgart, home to Hansa Rostock, and away to Osnabrück. So 3 sides all in the wrong half of the table. Kunze couldn't quite lay the ball off there, can you? Not much room in midfield at the moment. That's well played though by BeReal. And now an opportunity. Felix reacts quickly. Gets there ahead of Stahler. Now Oppi back into Russo. Cleared long by Kersken. Russo thought about the crossfield ball, decided against it. Grosser tries to bring the ball out. Goes back to Lannert instead. Brunker's just caught his hand on something by the looks of it. Now then, Schreurs. He's got Oppi outside him. Vaughan in front, couldn't quite slide the ball through to the number 38. Sontheimer though, with an inaccurate pass. Now Lannert with the ball again. They are being a bit more positive in this half. Kunze to Young. Young swings the ball in. It's over the keeper, but nicely chested down by Rizzuto. Calm defending from the right back. It's looking at the substitutes bench here for Saarbrücken. They do have a bit of a rush of injuries for the defence at the moment. No less than 4 defenders out of action. For now, Björn Tolka still in rehab. Manuel Zeitz, the captain, out with a torn ligament. Sven Sonnenberg out with a torn muscle. And Dominic Berger, who's just gone in for a shoulder operation, after picking up that injury last week. There's not a lot of defensive reinforcements on the bench here for Saarbrücken. They've got 2 goalkeepers. And De Lasse Wilhelm, a centre-back. That's it, everything else is attacking. Oh, good ball in and the header from Neudecker. Claims for a penalty. Good play from Rizzuto on that right-hand side. Lovely ball in. Neudecker claiming he was rather bumped in the back there by Christopher Lannert. He may have a point, actually. Kunze unable to keep the ball in play. Well, I don't think it was necessarily as clear a penalty as the one missed at that end in the first half with a Bono Ufero handball. That was well won, and now Young in behind here, using his pace. Kanya trying to make up space as well, and the keeper just gets enough on it. Kunze can't find the pass. Now the ball goes out to the left to Oppi. There's Vaughan out there as well. Well, pings the ball into the back post, but Young didn't make a run. Have another look here. Teasing cross from Isaiah Young. Keeper comes out, gets a hand on it. And BeReal as well. Might have been a hand as well, actually. Well, nothing he could do about that one. It's straight at him from close range. I think just a little bit dicey at the back there for Saarbrücken. Sontheimer dispossessed by Young. Bit too slow on the ball there, the number 6. And too much of this in the first half. Just standing there on the ball, not really doing much with it. Lanner goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Well, still in possession here. Felix goes back to Oppi. Makes a bit of a forward run, completely ignored by the left back. Grosser. It's the ball to Lanner. Okay, just moving the ball too slowly, really, most of the time. That's better, though, with the run from Vol down the right-hand side this time. Popping up all over the place is the number 38. He's 20 years of age. Another look here. Keeper gets a touch on it. And then into the hand of the defender. So 2 potential handballs not given by the referee. Again, I'm not sure the referee would have seen that, though, because the defender has his back to him. Russo with the delivery, and it was the header from Grosser. Just didn't quite get the timing right on that one. Bichel to Schumacher. This time, Bielefeld's turn to put the pressure on the ball. And a foul from Neudecker, a little nudge in the back of Russo as he tried to win that ball in the air. An opportunity now for Bielefeld to load the box. Needs to be a good ball in there. Russo and Oppi standing over it. It's going to be Russo. Oppi gallops into space on this near side. Ball chipped into the area, but straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Bit of a waste, that one. Menzel rolls the ball out to Yefera. Nice turn from Kran. Seeing some nice touches from the 21-year-old. Oh, Rizzuto felled over on that far side by Marius Vol. He spent the first part of last season as a defensive midfielder, did Vol, but as we've seen here today, has a more attacking brief now. A role that developed in the second half of last season after the arrival of Mel Kolbosch, whose job is more to sit in front of the back four. That allowed Vol to move further forwards. A role he's taken to like a duck to water. Free kick taken long into the area. Bundle of bodies in there. Naifi picks up the header, but offside flag already gone up. Oh, the away fans determined to enjoy themselves. They always do, don't they? About 1,500 of them expected to make the journey. Ferro with a poor header there. Now the ball picked up by Kunze, but his first touch just let him down. Felix, nice ball forwards. A little bit of space opening up here. A nice ball for Kunze again. His first touch lets him down. Twice in a minute for the number 13. Unlucky for some, unlucky for him today. Bichel finding a more forward position. Neudecker finds Naifi, continues his run as Neudecker. Swings a left-footed cross in and Grosser just gets a touch on it. In comes the shot from Rizzuto. And now Russo on the counter-attack, but snuffed out by Sontheimer. All chipped forward, not quite far enough though to pick out Kanya. Here's Young, tries to turn on the edge of the area, snuffed out, picked up by Kran. Kran does well to break away from Young eventually, gets clipped on the heels, and Young will pick up a yellow card. Second booking of the season for him. Looked pretty inadvertent, to be honest. Rizzuto is going to thump this one long into the box as we approach the hour mark. Still goalless here in Saarbrücken, and that well taken by Kersken. I think that's a yellow card for Simon Stahler. Obviously, you can only assume, talking to the referee. Second booking for him as well this campaign. Referee taking his time to blow the whistle on that one. Kersken goes long, and that's just going to bounce straight through to his opposite number. Philip Menzel. Three clean sheets in 8 games so far this season after his summer move from Klagenfurt in Austria. Now a yellow card for Kai Brunker as well. Taking their time, getting the ball back in play. Bielefeld goes long towards Lannert, who's in space on this right-hand side, gets the ball forward to Young. Back to Lannert now. Puts in a left-footed cross, and again, well taken by the goalkeeper. Rizzuto chips the ball down the line. Oppi wins the header though. Picked up now by Russo. Now Felix down the line, flicked on, unable to get as far as Kanya, who's been living off scraps, quite frankly. The number 7, the Bielefeld, had very little to work with. Russo keeps the ball away from Neudecker. Now Lannert. Back across to Felix. Looks like the Bielefeld bench is getting ready to make some changes. Gross goes for the crossfield ball. Finds his man in plenty of space over there. Stahler, though, giving away the free kick. He's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. Not a huge amount in that one on Leon Schreurs. Now then, here come the first changes. Lucas Kunze has had some poor touches. He's replaced by Kato Mizuta. Like for like, Mizuta, busy midfielder, does score some good looking goals as well. Just the one so far this season, the winner against Dortmund back on match day 2. This is an 8th substitute appearance in 9 games. Just the one start for the Japanese. Now then, free kick. Lofted into the near post, easily cleared though. Waste of a set piece there from Bielefeld. Poor delivery. Lannet tries to bring the ball back up. A 1-2 played with Young, and Lannet does well to win the ball there. Kanya to Mizuta, and just couldn't quite pick out Schreurs. Just a metre or so too far ahead of the number 22 there from Mizuta. And to be fair, it was his first touch since coming on. It nearly opened up there for Bielefeld. Stahler gets the ball into Rizzuto. Sontheimer gets the ball to Stahler over on that right-hand side, but Felix comes across. Dispossesses the front man. Now Vaughn. Got Lannet on the overlap down this right-hand side. Young further ahead. Gets the ball to Lannet. His cross cut out at the near post. Now Vaughn. Rousseau to Oppi. Diagonal ball finding Lannet in space. First time cross. Comes off the defender and out for a throw-in. Rousseau with the long throw. Flicks on at the near post, and is that out for a corner or goal kick? I think the goal kick given here. Clearly coming off of Julian Kanya. Not had many touches out there today. Now a couple of changes coming up. Kai Brunker about to be given a rest, with Patrick Schmidt coming on. Julian Günther Schmidt also coming on. It looks like it's Stahler who's been hooked. Neudecker with the ball forward. Well, about to say well won in the air by Patrick Schmidt, but the crowd not liking that decision from the referee. Just one goal so far this season, Patrick Schmidt. As a sub on match day 1. Got the winner against 1860. You know, Julian Günther Schmidt on for his 6th substitute appearance of the season. Hasn't started a game yet. And a yellow card now for Schumacher as well. His 3rd booking of the season. Louis Oppi trusted with the delivery this time. Set-piece delivery has not been great from Bielefeld so far. Let's make this one a good one. 7 white shirts to aim at. Goes to the far post and the whistle goes. And yellow card for Leon Schreurs now, I think, delaying the free kick. All of a sudden, 6 bookings in this game now, 3 apiece. The referee getting busy with his notebook in the last 10-15 minutes or so. Zuta winning that in the air. Kanya helping it on. Schreurs not able to get on the end of it. Naifi going down very easily. Oppi picks up the ball into Kanya, who's immediately tackled by Sonsheimer. Slightly loose ball forward there. Kran unable to make anything of it. Ooh, Kaska nearly playing himself into trouble. And Felix just having to put the ball out of play. Surely it's worth just blasting the ball up the other end of the pitch rather than doing that. Oh, nice. Neudecker thinks about the shot. Still Neudecker, and then eventually just leans back and lifts it over the bar. I think he said some naughty words as well. Rüdiger Gazal will be happy for his team to finally have had some sort of effort at goal. With pretty slim pickings in this second half. And Kanya does well to get his head on that. Young, though, unable to latch onto it. Keeper clears the ball long to Kran. Sonsheimer tried to pick out the run of Schmidt. And Young comes back from an offside position to win that ball. Well, Bielefeld still struggling to create in this game. They've seen so much of the ball. Been a little bit too conservative with it, though. And Mizuta has gone down. The ball, the attempted clearance coming off the Japanese midfielder. Yet again, Kersken being played into trouble. It looks like Young is on the floor on this near side, holding the back of his calf. This might force Mitch Niat's hand. Looks concerned. Was it just cramp? Well, there are plenty of options on the bench. Got Noah Saran and Baze. Merve Biancardi as well. Could both be options. Andre Becker if they want to be a bit more attacking. In fact, there is Andre Becker about to come on, along with Merve Biancardi. So Isaiah Young looks like he's finished for the day. Oh, and there's No, Sarah and Baze as well. So Biancani comes on, Young goes off. Now Becker comes on. Cania. Brazilian striker will hope to make a bit more of an impact. And Schreurs as well. So a complete change of front three for Bielefeld. Let's see if that makes a difference. Sarah and Baze injured after a start and 2 subs early in the season. Well, 16 minutes for one of these teams to try and find a winner here. Now, a win for Bielefeld would take them up to 4th in the table after Cottbus were held to a goalless draw by Hanover earlier in the day. A win for Saarbrücken would take them up, if it's by a single goal, which seems like it would take them up into a 6th place, just behind Erzgebirge Aue on goal difference, and Cottbus as well, actually. No way through for Bielefeld at the moment. Rüdiger Zeil not particularly tempted to reach for his bench at the moment. Becker holds the ball up there. Is that offside? Yes, it is. Against Vor. He's frustrated with himself. Now, looks like Naifi is going to come off. Kasim Rabihic. Looks like he's coming on as well. There's Tim Surveyor, the Albanian midfielder. Scored twice this season against Ingolstadt, and actually the consolation goal against Cottbus. So a big rash of substitutions there. Is that going to help the game, or is it going to chop it up a bit? Fall does well to win the ball. Becker touches it on for Masuta, who then leaves it for Oppi. Space turning up here. Russo. Well, tried to turn away from Sontheimer. And not Sontheimer, actually, I think getting a yellow card for the previous challenge as well. Yeah, the referee pointing over to the other side of the pitch. I don't think that was a yellow card at all, that one, but the previous challenge obviously was. That one there is what the yellow card is for. Clattered Marius Vor. Oh, great save. Loppi with the free kick, gets the deflection as well. Menzel well across, low to his right. It will be a corner though for Bielefeld. They haven't really made much use of these 6 men packed into the 6-yard box. The keeper gets a hand on it. Lannert's about to throw this back in the area, is he? No, he isn't. Biancardi tries to make some space, does manage to make a corner though. Great supporters ever here in Saarland. This club very much a representative of the regional identity. As Russo puts that ball into the near post, but not much on the header from Grosser, and easily saved again by Menzel, who goes long, looking for Surveyor. Surveyor, though, misjudging that. And Lannert goes all the way back to Kersken, who just gifts the ball straight into a knot of 3 blue shirts. Rabihic inside. Rabihic getting on the ball again. Good overlap from Schumacher. Feeds the ball into the area, just a little bit too much on it though, over the head. Vandre Becker. Now then, Biancardi tries to cut inside, then feints back outside, back inside again. Can't find the pass though, goes in between Becker and Saarbrücken. Now the long ball over the top has to be dealt with. Joel Felix, the man of the moment there for Bielefeld. See all these sideways passes, they look good for your passing stats. That's about it. Now then, Vaughan tries to make a more positive impact. Russo now. Russo faced with Sontheimer. Goes back inside to Saarbrücken. Barzak can't get through, but Mizuta then picks up the loose ball. Goes out to Rabihic, chipped over the top by Schumacher, but only as far as Grosser, who's been eased off the ball there. Well, he's clashed with Tim Surveyor, and I think Grosser about to get a yellow card here. Rather threw himself into the challenge bodily to Maximilian Grosser. Dismissive smile. And again, not for the first time today, we're seeing players getting a yellow card when they're making a challenge off balance, if they're slipping on the surface. It's what, second or third of those we've seen. 0-0 on the scoreboard, 4-all though if you count yellow cards. Surveyor with the header, but rather directionless. Mitch Niak gets the ball back to Lannert quickly. 8 minutes plus stoppages here left. Becker holds the ball up well. Vaughan couldn't get the pass out, surrounded by 3 blue shirts. Rabihic does well to keep hold of the ball. And then Kran. He's been impressive today, the number 21. Wins himself the free kick. Rabihic plays the ball out to Sontheimer, gets the ball back again. Now he'll go long into the area. 4 blue shirts, 5 blue shirts waiting for it, headed back across goal. Here's Surveyor, and he's put it straight at Jonas Kersken. Well, the direction wasn't great. It was always going to be difficult to get the power needed on a looped up ball like that. Now then, Saarbrücken, Biancardi Skins one, still Biancardi tries to put the ball across goal, deflects out for a corner. It's opened up for a moment there for Biancardi. Absolutely skinned Rizzuto, who couldn't put the challenge in. He'd have given away a penalty. Sonsheimer comes across and gets the important touch. There was the header from Cerveja. As I say, difficult to get any power on that. Ball rather looping up in the air. Rizzuto sticking to Mizuta like glue. He's about to get a telling off here from the referee. Interesting watching the shenanigans going on between those two. Mizuta just occupying that space in front of the as a shot comes in from Lana, and that's just shinned wide by the right back. He doesn't score many goals, hasn't scored this season. Gets his fair share of assists though down that right flank. And another change incoming from Saarbrücken. Fifth and final substitution, Arminia Bielefeld. Well, his first start of the campaign, probably running on fumes by this point. So a like-for-like substitution with Lasse Wilhelm, the 21-year-old, coming on. Moving here from the Mainz reserve squad in the summer. Just his third appearance. Free kick drilled up towards the penalty area. Hacked clear by Sonsheimer. Schmidt, shall we say, occupying Maximilian Grosse. Four minutes plus stoppages to go here. Russo taking his time with the free kick, eventually deciding just to pop it sideways to Grosse. Grosse moving across the pitch, getting the ball out to Felix on that far side. Lana into four. Saarbrücken Basé giving the free kick away as he tried to take that off the toes of Joel Bichel. Sonsheimer gets the ball back in play. Well, a whole new front three for Bielefeld, but the problem is it's the same people rather failing to supply the ammunition. And Rizzuto does well to keep the ball away from Russo, but the run down the right flank was rather checked and made the ball look worse than it was. Kersken plays the ball out to Grosse, who then goes long into midfield. Becker can't get there though. The header coming in, and Schmidt battling with Grosse for the ball here. Here is Schmidt, and he puts the shot across goal. I think Kersken got a fingertip on it as well. Perhaps not actually, as Uppi decided to let that ball go out of play. Neat interplay there from Saarbrücken. Late flurry here from our host. Rabihic gets the ball into the area. Sevilla couldn't quite take it with him. Kran, no room to turn there. Gets the ball now, turns into the challenge from Lannert. Rabihic though, still Rabihic, and that's not far wide. Wonderful reaction there from Philip Menzel. Just couldn't quite wrap that one on target. Kasim Rabihic, he does have a bit of a magic wand in that right foot. Can run a bit hot and cold as well though. The ball lost there by Becker. Ball for Schmidt. Intercepted, Saran Baze now. Got Mizuta outside him, ignores the Japanese midfielder. Now gets the ball out. The 25 whose crosses got far too much on it and simply goes out for a goal kick. So then, 90th minute, is someone, anyone, going to try and actually win this game? It's been strangely low-key, really. Two teams cancelling each other out. Here is Rabihic now. Couldn't find Kran, but Kran profiting from the rebound off of Vol, who then does well to win the ball back, chipped forward by Lannert. Rousseau feeds the ball out to Vol on this near side. Bichel comes across, puts the ball out to play. So 4 minutes of time added on, 4 minutes for someone to at least try to win the game. Felix with the diagonal ball, kept in play by Oppi, but ball now back with Rizzuto. Rousseau picks the ball up in midfield. Vol drives forward, no width outside him yet. Lannert now makes the run. Lannert chips the ball into the back post. They're queuing up there, a little bit too much on it. Mizuta under pressure from Günther Schmidt, who just about does keep the ball in play, and Sevilla does well too. Now Schmidt. Saarbrücken on the charge here in second half injury time. Sontheimer releases the ball, and you can sort of hear the murmurs from the home fans here as the ball goes backwards and sideways once more. Rabihic trying to make some space for himself. Faced with two players. Bichel goes back to Schumacher. The home fans getting a bit frustrated, I think. Judging from the sound. Ball into Günther Schmidt. Günther Schmidt chips the ball across goal. Lannert slices the clearance. Oppi keeps the ball in play. And then Mizuta with the foul on Günther Schmidt. A last chance from the set piece then perhaps for Saarbrücken. 2 minutes of added time to go here. The substitute Tim Surveyor to take this. Lots of blue shirts to aim at. Lofts it in there. Headed away by Grösse. Sontheimer tries to feed the ball through to Surveyor. And then Vol just bumped by Sontheimer. Jonas Kersken invited to come up and take this. Is he going to, well, surely he's just going to blast this at the penalty area. No, he isn't. Lanner tries to find some space down that right-hand side, and then a poor touch from Vaughan. Puts the ball out for a Saarbrücken throw. Rabihic helps the ball on, but only to a white shirt. A bit sloppy that from the number 10. Nice ball for Saarbrücken, but Bickel using his body just to shepherd that ball out of play. We've got about 20 seconds left here. The home fans calling for the long ball forward. Get it up there, get it in the mixer. And it's Becker with the intercept. Now Becker picks up the rebound as well, feeds it out to Biancardi over on that far side, running out of time here. And then a poor ball in, easily intercepted by Sontheimer. There could be a last opportunity here that Saarbrücken turns into a challenge, and the ball goes harmlessly through to Philipp Menzel. And that, thankfully, is that. So, well, boos from the home fans. I think not happy with an apparent lack of ambition from Rüdiger Zeil's side. They remain now only with one win from their 5 home games, Saarbrücken. A 0-0 here, doing little for either side's ambitions of promotion this season. Jonas Kersken forced into one really a good save from Kai Brunker in the first half. In the second half, Philipp Menzel called into action on a couple of occasions, but really a game that neither side deserved to win. At 0-0, the only real and just scoreline, really. A result that leaves both sides just outside the promotion places. Arminia Bielefeld remain in 7th, Saarbrücken remain in 8th place in the table, just a few points away from that magical 3rd place. A rash of substitutions in the second half, a rash of bookings as well, but nothing made any difference here at the Ludwigspark Stadion. And at the end of the day, it finished Saarbrücken 0, Arminia Bielefeld 0.